But I think one thing that you launched this business, you got into it in 2013, so really early. You launched it with your brother, and I think one of the things, and I think you mentioned it in a podcast once, I noticed, where you talk about sort of gut feeling, right? So you, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, you have hundreds of decisions you make every single day, and you make the decisions based on the information that you have, and a lot of it though depends on what's your stomach telling you, right? Or what's your heart telling you, or your mind with your heart, with your stomach, to come up with gut. How do you sort of take that on the one hand, and then the data driven decisions on the other hand? And
Right.
you're in a
Yeah, I mean,
data business.
yeah, definitely. I think like the thing is just like there's so like, especially for us humans, right? There's so much information to process.
Yeah.
And I think we are just like we are just actively processing like a very, very tiny bit of all the information that we like see, hear, feel, whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but all the information is still there. And we just don't have the mental capacity to actively process all of that. So most of it is just like processed like subconsciously, and this like subconsciously processed information, this is what funnels or like compensates into the gut feeling, I think, which is like, so basically the decision based on the gut feeling is actually based on like way more data that we can actively comprehend, I think. So it's supposed to be a better decision because it just takes more data points into account. And then the active decision is mostly just based on like a few considerations kind of, but it doesn't take into account like the big picture kind of, which is like, yeah, all the experiences that we make, all of this is being processed for like or like funneled into a gut feeling. So I do think that decisions based on the gut feeling are mostly right. Obviously there are like some logical like
Justifications
other
to support
considerations
that.
to make always. Yeah. But no, it's very interesting. I mean, yeah, when I think about the whole blockchain space, it's also like and the whole world right now is so information overload. Like you don't even know which information to take, and this is basically like it's a huge pollution of like information and data, and then being able to like trim that down into like one single feeling, or like having the ability to like having so many data points and just getting a gut feeling out of that, I think is quite fascinating actually. And it is right most of the time, I feel. Like once you start thinking about something too much, then you start overthinking, and it is like there's this thing in the brain, like once you think about doing something and you don't do it within the first 3 seconds, then you're not going to do it at all. So the only way to do it, like if you have an idea, you have to do it in the first 3 seconds without thinking about it, because then you're going to do it, and you're just going to do it, and that's great. So it's a good exercise for someone to just to do at home. If you have any idea or something, do it in the first 3 seconds, and don't think about it. And I think that's how we move forward a lot, without overthinking stuff too much and just going for it. I mean, most of the time nothing can go wrong anyway.
Yeah, I like that. I like that 3-second rule, because that's so true, right? Some of the biggest emails you wrote, some of the biggest contacts you made, some of it was just based on I got to do it now, right? And you just do it, and then wow, it happens, right? Some sort of, and yeah, if you don't do it, then you're never going to do it, right? They also say when you sleep, immediately have a notepad next to you, right? And then you can write down your dreams, because otherwise you forget the idea that you had or something.